Back in the late 40s, early 50s, they called them mixed marriages. A mixed marriage, you know. And my mom was.
Is that when an Italian marries somebody who isn't Italian?
Right, that's a mixed marriage as well. My mom was a devout Catholic all her life.
And she was a Paisan too, right?
Oh yeah. And my dad was Italian Methodist. Now, think about that. Italian Methodist just doesn't.
It's the first one I've ever heard of.
And there was a little Italian Methodist church.
Oh, wow.
That he went to. And so my grandmother, who I learned a lot of my storytelling skills from, she was Italian Methodist. So when they got married, one of the things they agreed to was that the kids would be raised Catholic. And my dad took that promise very seriously. And so we grew up in a very tiny little parish, only a few hundred families. And we had the nuns at St. Dominic's, which was all the way across town, would do our CCD, our Sunday school class. And so my dad would drop our family off at Mass, and then he would go across town and get the nuns and bring them back, two nuns, and bring them back, and they would teach the Sunday school classes after that Mass. And then he would bring them back to St. Dom's and bring my sister and I home, and then he would go to church himself later in the morning at the Methodist Church. Mm-hmm. He picked up the nuns for probably 18 or 20 years. That was kind of his mission. He would sit in the car and read the paper and listen to the Italian show on the radio, but he took that very, very seriously. You know, the priest at our parish was like a household member. You know, he'd be over the house, he and my dad would be shooting pool in the basement and, you know, have dinner and whatever. Much different than 2018 back then. But yeah, what my dad taught me was faithfulness. He was faithful to his wife. He was faithful to the promise he made that we would be raised Catholics, to the extent that he dedicated himself every Sunday to go cross town and get those wonderful teachers, the Dominicans, to bring those Dominican sisters to our little parish to teach us the faith. And so I learned faithfulness from him. So this is what happens, Tim, as we look at people and the joy that he had with that. He took great joy in that. You know, he took great joy in beating the priest at 9-ball or whatever 8-ball or whatever they were playing in the basement as well.